This week, I've got a way for you to watch some Strange New Worlds fun before Season 3 production is even finished. More on what to expect on Trek Talks on January 13th, some extraordinary news from Prodigy as it makes its Netflix debut, and of course, more about Star Trek Legacy and some fun that's coming from the Letters for Legacy folks. That and more on this, the Star Trek Void, Volume 21 of this strange series that I've sort of come up with to fill in the gap between new episodes of Star Trek, whatever series you happen to be waiting for, or movie, since we've got that coming as well. My name is Katie, and today I'm going to start with, Strange New Worlds, and a little bit of Picard Season 3. While the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strike were going on, we couldn't really do or see any promotion for our favorite Star Trek series when they were coming out. While Picard Season 3 had already begun airing, as the story went on, we could no longer get promotional appearances by our actors, writers, or anybody else who might have some insights and who would normally be making some sort of tour while the series was airing. The same, of course, happened as Strange New Worlds began to air. There were no promotional events, not from the actors, and again, not from the writers either. This means all the burning questions that we may have had about either production never got answered, and what's worse is all the things the stars had always wanted to share, they were never able to talk about. And so to make up for that, there were some appearances lately that allowed a reunion for Picard Season 3 and a live chat for Strange New Worlds Season 2's casts. During the SAG-AFTRA FYC screening, Terry Matalas shared several images taken of the cast as they were finally able to get together and discuss the season. And of course, Terry was able to celebrate such a great accomplishment, as the season was one of the most successful seasons of Star Trek ever created. While Strange New Worlds Season 2's cast got together for a live chat via stream so everyone can watch. The full hour is available to stream, and it answers some crazy questions you may have had and others you probably never even considered. It is fun to listen to the cast as they banter back and forth, discussing everything from the musical episode to the viciousness of the Gorn as compared to the TOS Gorn we are all kind of nostalgic for. Now, as I said, Terry Matalas' successful Picard Season 3 is some accomplishment. It has led to the want for another series, which, yes, I will talk about again later. But it led me personally to wonder about some of his other shows, especially one that I kind of snubbed my nose up at because I wasn't a real fan of the movie. And Screen Rant kind of has the same suggestion I have if you're trying to fill in the time between new episodes of Star Trek, and that is to go check out 12 Monkeys. Now, Screen Rant has an article that makes some fine points about 12 Monkeys and why, if you're a Star Trek fan of any kind, you'd probably really enjoy this show. And I have to agree. Now, I went into it, because Terry Matalas was a big part of it, but also because I was really impressed with Todd Stashwick's performance. And Todd Stashwick is the kind of actor that I've seen him in a dozen other things, but his character of Shaw on Picard really brought out something that made me want to see more of what he's done. And so 12 Monkeys it is. But not only do you enjoy this series for the story it is, and quite frankly, the ending that I wish I'd gotten in the movie. I liked the movie up until like the last 15 minutes, and then it just annoyed me. So this series was a breath of fresh air, not only because of the great sci-fi fun, but as a Trekkie, because of so many nods to the Star Trek universe that has grown since 12 Monkeys, but was inspired by the fact that they were on Terry Matalas' 12 Monkeys. We've got, of course, Todd, who I really enjoyed so much in Picard that it inspired me to see this series. But so many other familiar faces. The criminal Vulcan that pops up, Picard's dad. Also, a Battlestar Galactica nod, which I hear Todd is really into Battlestar, so that works out nicely. Aliens who look slightly different now. And more faces that is just, it's incredible. The article also points out the few Easter eggs from 12 Monkeys that do appear in Picard Season 3. If you've seen the movie or if you've seen the series, you will recognize that name and why it's fun. But as Screen Rant also says, they do time travel right in this series. The characters are very well developed. The storyline also very well developed. There are some crazy twists that you don't expect. Even after you've seen it the first time, it's still a little shocking. So that's my recommendation if you've got time to kill and want something fun and sci-fi and haven't happened to see 12 Monkeys. If you really want to do something, watch the movie first and then do a comparative, because the series really, really stands out. My next big piece of news is the success of Star Trek Prodigy on Netflix. In a matter of days, it reached the top 10 in multiple countries. It has become a worldwide success. People who had never seen it and are seeing it for the first time cannot help but tell us how great the show is. People who had been unable to watch it since Paramount took it off were ecstatic to be able to watch it again. The only complaints I saw online were about the first 2 episodes not seeming very Star Trek-like. And well, like most series, those first couple of episodes set up the characters, set up the backstory, set up the bad guy, and then we get very Trekky. And in multiple countries, it is in the top 10 kids list of shows on Netflix right now, and it is just becoming more and more successful as the days have gone by. I checked day 1, day 2, day 3. I can't share all the posts about it because they kept updating from 3 countries, then 6 countries, and then a crazy number of countries all really love Prodigy. So all I can say is, well done, everyone. If you have not gone and watched it, please do so. You are cheating yourself out of something really good. And remember, the more that we watch it now, the better chance we'll get a season 3, which is something to say since we haven't even seen season 2. No word yet as to when that'll be coming out, but I have a feeling that this success will affect how quickly it will be available to us. So fingers crossed, it'll be soon. Keep watching. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to Trek Talks, which is another live streaming panel show that you can watch from home and costs nothing, but is a charitable telethon. So let's find out what new information we have about this amazing opportunity to see some Trekkies and Trek makers. And here we have it, the Tuvix panel, featuring Tom Wright, Tim Russ, Ethan Phillips, and Lisa Klink, moderated by the Delta Flyers. And the post itself says, need another reason to tune into Trek Talks 3. How about a Tuvix panel with, and I already said who, the Star Trek telethon on YouTube starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time on January 13th. Updates at trektalks.net. And of course, those relevant links will be in the list below in the sources. But this is yet another set of guests due to be seen all day long during this telethon. It does benefit the Hollywood Food Coalition. They take donations throughout and have already begun taking donations. So if you want to do that bit, get it done, and then be able to sit and relax and feel you've done your part and maybe even donate a little more. Like I said, if Aunt Gertrude did not give you ugly sweater number 17 this year and you got some cash, why not put it towards something good, something helpful? It's good mojo for the new year, you know. You build up that good mojo, and honestly, get some tea on Star Trek behind the scenes, what has happened, what might be coming next. You never can tell where these talks can go. And now I've got a little Star Trek legacy, or at least letters for legacy stuff. The people there are very artistic, technically knowledgeable, and oftentimes enjoy sharing their creativity with the rest of us. And well, I've got a couple of cases in point. So this is a creation by Mike Overton. It says, here it is, my Constitution 3 MSD. I've used my previous deck plan that I created for Dave Blass as reference, so everything is in the correct place. Download it here. I will, of course, again include that in the links. Very cool. I enjoyed this one, but I do have another one to share, and that is this here. I believe it is a desktop, and I want to make sure I say this right. It is the USS Enterprise NCC 1701G 1.4 as of 12/25/2003 by Thinker 8 on DeviantArt. And as you can see, the display here gives you your system information, including memory usage and how much hard drive you have left unused. Gives you also the weather, which I thought was a fun touch. You can access your taskbar, memory. You've got all kinds of stuff that is right there at your fingertips if you are a computer nerd at all and just like to have this information rather than having to go look for it. Then you probably already have an interactive desktop. But if you also happen to be a Trekkie who would like to see Legacy happen, or we're very impressed with Enterprise G, this is going to be the download for you. Again, it's set up on DeviantArt, and I will include that link below as well. But it's not the only piece of art that I have, because the folks at Letters for Legacy have been putting up some mobile wallpapers as well. And while these are all done by the same artist, it's at Will Wong /Twitter there. The group itself has been encouraged to express itself through art. So I would expect to see this collection grow if anyone is interested in contributing to it. And as you can see, there's a wide array of different designs from classic Bev in the Old West here to very Pride oriented, it looks like. I'm loving the use of rainbows, although Trek has been using rainbows a lot, so I shouldn't just say it's Pride. I do think that it's very cool that it's a rainbow, though. I just put it out there. And then we've got some obviously legacy themed wallpapers there as well. But these are just the beginning. This is the first set that I've seen get put up and shared. So you never know what might come up later. And that is my light update for the day. It's the end of the year. There haven't been tons of things being put out because, well, with any luck, everybody involved in Star Trek is right now enjoying some holiday time with family and friends. But let's not forget that once that new year hits, I'm sure Strange New Worlds will be back in production because, again, I'm hoping they're with family and friends right now. And that at the end of next month, Section 31 will be underway with production. We, again, will be getting Discovery in April, although no exact date that I noticed has been released. And I'm expecting that with the success of Prodigy that we'll be getting Prodigy shortly after they're around as well. You never know. Netflix might wait for summer, spring vacation. I'll wait till spring vacation for that second season of Prodigy and maybe an announcement as to whether or not we're going to get season 3. As for Star Trek Legacy, I have no announcements this week. Just a reminder that if you have not already written a letter, please take the time to write that letter by hand and heck, send an extra Christmas card. You never know. Do you have one left over? I bet you they'd love to have a Christmas card that says, "Please give us Legacy." Great use for those stockpiles that didn't quite match up with the design you were hoping to use this year in your Christmas greetings. And before I go, I want to thank everybody who has started watching this, do I call it a show? Installment. And for everybody who's been watching, I want to thank you for joining me on this, well, not really a new show, but new idea to try to make it a regular show. Give us some updates and things to talk about when it comes to Trek. It also gives me a venue to be, loud about things. So I want to thank you for your comments, for your likes, for the new subscribers. I really appreciate you. If you'd like to become a member or patron of this channel as I try to grow it, it's not even 2 years old. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Please go ahead and check out the links below. I've also got a Discord channel that I'm trying to turn into something useful. Please join me there. Leave questions, comments, anything you'd like to babble about as new series are getting started, getting ready. Maybe I'll do a watch party sometime. Until then, if you'd like more Star Trek content, happen to be an Outlander fan or Doctor Who or Supernatural, I've got a couple of different things that are random around here. Please check out any of my other videos and I will see you there. And of course, more on that I've sort of come up with to fill in the... Now, as I said, Terry Metalis' oh my gosh.